Hi, it's Doug and Beans from Hammersmith Equestrian Center, East Dennis, Massachusetts. I'm Doug Wrench, I'm the head trainer.
I'm Amanda McPhee, I'm the assistant head trainer.
And this is Rodeo, who you met, 7-year-old Mustang, in for a little training. So we actually had a request from somebody who had kind of two issues to have with a horse, and fortunately, or unfortunately, this guy here, Rodeo, does those two things. So the first concern was the headbutting. He's headbutting and rubbing.
Like that.
And that's too aggressive. You know, I don't mind a little
Like
snuggling and, and he's very lippy and he wants to grab the rope like a big dog because he was raised in a home barn from 7 months old, and he's always been treated kind of like a big dog, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. We just have to draw the line.
Yes.
Okay? And the other concern was, what do you do with the horse? He just nip you?
Yeah.
Oh. What do you do with the horse? You're leading him, and he turns tail and wants to go back to the farm, and you get him on a lead line. How do you deal with that? You know, how do you stop him from going? You're not going to win a tugging contest with a 1,300 or 1,200 pound animal. So how do you do it? So
very
we'll talk about
strong
that.
one
Yeah.
too.
So the first is the headbutting. Okay, a good way to start get away from headbutting. I wouldn't even have a halter that had metal parts on it. I have a rope halter. I don't have one for him yet. I mean, we do have one, but it's not.
It's a little big.
Yeah, it's a little big. We've got to get one for him. We're training him bitless.
Yep.
We're trying to do that. Tie a rope halter knot. We've showed you how to do that in the past. You know, that clinks a little bit, but if you had a rope halter with this, no noise, no distractions, okay? Calm, all right? But one of the things, now we always show you a lot of techniques, okay? You could go and copy exactly what we do, and it's possible it may not work for you because a very important ingredient comes along is timing.
Yes.
Okay? When do you do what you need to do? When's the exact time is appropriate? And when you stop doing, like pressure and release. When do you put pressure on? When you release from pressure? And how do you know?
To just be able to
okay,
feel that.
You have to be able to feel it. That's experience. Okay?
Because every horse is different with pressure and release too.
Yeah. Now I have a lot of people, in their teens and early 20s or 20 years old that think they're horse trainers, okay? Because I've been around horses my whole life. Well, what does that mean? Did you trot around the field or the ring and go on trail rides and that's all you did for 5 straight years? Well, I bet you're pretty darn good at that. But are you a horse trainer? Probably not. Okay? You have to actually, a horse studies body language.
Yes.
Does it a whole lot better than we do it.
Yeah.
Okay? So you need to study the horse, determine what the horse is doing. Now, is this something I'm really concerned about? No. Is he in my personal space? Sure he is. Do I mind it? No. Okay, now it's getting unacceptable. He's pushing me around, okay, and he's starting to bob his head. So we have to do a correction for the bobbing head. And we don't put a chain around his nose and yank on him, okay? What I do is, when he starts to bob like that, I just go head and give him a little thing. Yep, head, and make him stop, okay? It's important for us to pause. Anything you do in training, a lot of people, we do the drill where we stop, back up, and go forward. I put pressure on you, didn't I? Okay? That drill, okay, you need to stop. Pressure on the stop. Release all pressure. Pause. Back up, pressure.
Whether you're mounted or on the ground.
Right. Stop. Calm. Release of all pressure. Horse is still. Move forward again. Okay? Very important to do those things. So if I'm just standing here, matter of factly, I'm not reacting to him. So many times people will get frustrated, go, horse won't stop bobbing his head, or you stop doing it. That's not the way you handle the horse.
No, and that frustration goes right to the horse, and then the horse is probably going to start bobbing their head even more.
Yep. You really got to be on an even keel and just really be, it's going to take however long it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have the horse forever, if it takes a year, which in his case, he's been bobbing his head, I think, a long time, it may take a little while.
Training's not always exciting.
No, it's the old test pilot thing where you think you're a test pilot and you do all this exciting stuff. Well, horse training, we jump on bucking horses and this. Well, not all the time, It's a lot of bending, a lot of things, being calm, doing whatever that the horse needs.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah. Oh, what?
Do you want me to start and then we can talk?
About him going away?
Yeah.
Well, let's explain what he does, okay? So what Rodeo does is you can lead him up the road on the lead. He's all calm. When we lead him, his owner spent time liberty training him. So if I put the lead over his head and I'm in a pasture where we have fences, he'll walk right alongside me, stop. He's perfect. When he goes out on the road or someplace where there are distractions, he pays attention to every single distraction. And you can see him just gradually build up to the point where I've had enough of this, I'm going home.
Yeah.
So he turns tail, he goes the other way. If I'm on a regular lead line, when he turns and goes, I have to release pressure. Okay? If I'm on a short lead,
how do you do that?
the only way I can do it, once he's at the end of the lead, stop him at the end of my rope kind of thing, is let go. So what I'll do is use a line like this to a little bit, at least double his length.
Yeah.
So if he turns and tail and goes, okay, I can still release pressure to him, and then once he'll stop, and then you come back with pressure and you calm the situation down. The other thing we do with him is, if you catch it fast enough and he goes to do that, you go ahead, and if he wants to go this way and turn and go, just bend him and go around the circle.
Yep.
Okay, and you just break that pattern. Okay, with him at this point, sometimes I can't catch him early enough to do that, and he's already around and going back. So, again, horses. And it's what most people do not understand. And if I have to tell you, if there's one concept training or riding that's the number one thing in horses, it's pressure and release. Okay, I'll be saying that till I'm dead and buried. Okay, you've got to find in a situation where that horse is pulling that I have to release pressure. That's the last thing in the world I want to do. I want to pull pressure to stop him from doing what he's doing. I have to release pressure.
Because when you're pulling the pressure, that's the same thing as the horse feeling trapped in that situation. So if you're pulling, they're just going to try to run faster and harder away from you. Where if you release that pressure, they're going to calm down and be like, oh, wait a second, I am not trapped in this situation.
It's kind of
Intuitive
to human nature. Something's pulling, you want to pull it back. You can't pull back a 1,300-pound animal.
No.
Who's decided he's going home for hamburgers or something, right? Where's he going home for? So, Beans, go ahead and see if we can show us what you do with them. We're in the parking lot here.
Hey.
So, look at him being distracted. You see? A minute, he's looking at everything but paying attention to Amanda. Horse trainer and the riders got to have the attention of the horse. Now again, because he's had so much liberty training, Amanda can face him, make eye contact with him, and, get his attention back.
And this is really the only way I know if he's lost his attention, because if I'm not looking at him, I can't see where his eyes and ears are going.
And again, two really important things. You got to stay really, really calm. If you're uptight about taking a horse up this driveway and walking it, it is not going to work out. Okay? The other thing is very, 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 relaxed and calm when you do it. But it goes back to the whole no fear thing. If you're fearful, that fear will transfer right to the horse. Timing.
Oh. There's nothing up there.
Now, there's a whole group of people that don't agree with the backing up of the horse thing with those dressage people. Beans, I don't know who that is. But we do it because it works. Huh?
A lot of English business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a trained classical English rider, but I use a lot of Western tricks because I just don't think the riding is that much different. All riding is based on classical dressage, whether it's English, Western, and hunter jumper. It doesn't make any difference. It's all based on the same things.
And now where I really can't break his attention from whatever he thinks he sees up there, I change direction and I reapproach it. But I don't want to let him run away from it and get in that habit. Pay attention. Back it up. And you have to remember too that horses, their vision's different than ours. They don't have
They have monocular and binocular.
Yes, so they can see and process one thing directly in front of them, but they can also process out of both eyes. So he can be looking at me and I think he's looking at me, but I have to pay attention to his ears too, because he might be looking at something to the side and spook at that and decide he's afraid of that.
Well, it's a classic way people get kicked. They approach a horse from this way. This eye is paying attention to them, maybe. That eye is paying attention over there, and suddenly something happens over there, and the horse says, "Oh, what's going on behind me?" Boom, and instantly the reaction is to kick.
And I never want to pull him towards something he's afraid of. I want to let him follow me towards it. And this is all to just keep his focus, because when he's focused on me, he thinks he's in the herd again, and he's a very herd-dependent horse.
Another thing that Rodeo does that isn't too fun sometimes is he likes to charge out of the stall or
Charge
try to-
off the cross
off the cross ties and everything. Everybody has a different way they handle something like that. When I'm taking them out of the stall, I like to, since I make, what I like to do is, because I know I have his attention, when I'm in front of him, okay, I open the door and I stand right in front of him. A lot of people say, "Oh my God, you're gonna get run down." Well, again, it's feel and reading the body language. I feel like I have, look at his attention right now on me. So I have his attention, and that's what I want. And when it's on the cross ties, if at this point, I don't know how much he's been cross tied, but I'll be in front of him. Maybe Beans is picking hooves or doing something else, but just like to calm him down. Again, reading body language. Body language is good right now. Paying attention to me. Usually horses break cross ties because their attention's elsewhere. Not
and when a horse is going to take off, it's easy to tell too. It's not just a horse that's tense, but usually they're going to be either really alert with their ears up or their ears pinned back, and their legs are going to start moving all around. They might tuck their butt underneath them so they can really push off and take off. So it's really important, if you're going to start working or start training horses, that you pay attention to those things and you learn about those things, because that's what's going to keep you safe and keep you with your horse and keep you, horseback riding, hopefully, for your whole life.
So I hope that helps with the person that requested that. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. Like us and share us. Don't forget about the holiday open house on the 22nd at 1 p.m., right?
At 1 p.m.
Starts right here on the farm. Get to meet Beans and I.
Yep.
Hot chocolate, cider, a bunch of fun things coming down.
Oh, yeah.
Take a picture of your kid on our cute little Shetland pony, which we think he might be a Rocky Mountain pony, actually.
Yeah, we're still not sure. We might DNA test that.
He's a really, really cute gentle horse.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
He's unbelievable. So I'd love to meet all you guys, have you come down and see what goes on
And
the farm.
we'll have some giveaways and raffles for free lessons too.
And gift certificates.
Gift certificates if you need any last minute Christmas presents.
And bites from this guy. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.